I'll just jump right in. This video is going to be about chord theory, basic chord theory. This is probably the most basic chord theory video I've ever done. So I think you'll get a lot out of it. All right, let's just take a C major scale and work from that. Okay, so we have the first note, the second, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Out of that scale, there's notes that form chords. There's a chord formula for each chord. So the first, the third, and the fifth will produce the C major chord. So that would be the C, E, G. 1, 3, 5. That is the chord formula for a C major chord. Okay? So if I'm to use an additional note, like a 6, then it'll be a C6 chord. So that'll be 1, 3, 5, 6. C, E, G, A. So A is the 6th note in the C major scale. Put them all together and you got a C6 chord. Okay, so if you ever run into a minor, minor is always going to be, you will run into a minor. A minor means flat to third. It's always going to mean flat to third. So if you have a C minor chord, a C minor 7, C minor 9th, C minor 11, whatever it is, you're going to have the third flatted. Okay, so C, E flat, G forms all your C minor chords. Okay. C augmented. Augmented is always going to mean the raised fifth. So you raise the 5th note, sharp it, and then you get C, E, G sharp, and that forms your C augmented. C major 7 is 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. Put them all together. You have C, E, G, and B. C minor 7, flat the 3rd, and also you're going to flat the 7th because it's like a C dominant, like here, a C7, dominant 7. Dominant is always going to mean flat to 7. Okay? So anytime you see a dominant chord, I don't have any up here in the C9, surprisingly, but I do in another chart. I'm going to show you in a little bit. But if I had a C9 up here, that would be a C dominant 7, okay? Or a C, well, I have the C11 here, so yeah, that's the flat 7 is in there, see? The B flat. B is your 7th note in the C major scale. All right, so let's go ahead over here to our C dominant 7th, C, E, G, B flat. I'm sure you've run into the 7th chord quite a bit. The C diminished 7th, C, E flat, G flat, double flat the 7th. That's for a fully diminished 7th chord. And just a regular C diminished chord would be C, E flat, G, 1, flat to 3rd, flat to 5th. Okay, and that's a pretty chord. It's a neat chord because it can branch off into different directions, and it's great for modulation. And there's more to talk about that one, but we'll go ahead and cover this column here. C major 9, C, E, G, B, D. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, you get it? It's pretty easy. C minor 7, minor always means flat the 3rd, so you're going to flat the E. C11, C, E, G, B flat, D, F. F would be, all right, now from C to C, you got 8. That's 1 octave. And then D would be 9. E is going to be 10, but we don't have a C 10th chord because E is already in there. And then an F would be the 11th pitch away from the C. So that would be there. Now, you're probably wondering, well, wait a minute, an F. How about the suspended? Oh, here we are. Okay, yeah, right here. C sus4. That's a C, F, and a G. So basically your sus chords, you're replacing the 3rd with the fourth note. Okay, so it'd be 1 4th note and the 5th note of the C major scale. A C, F, and a G will form a C sus4 chord. A C sus2 would be the second. So you replace the third with the second. Okay? So you got 1, 2, and 5, and then you get your sus chords, sus2. All right, so I don't think I really have to go any further, but you can see that 11 would just mean, you know, the 11th note away from the first note, you know, so, and then your 13th would be the 13th, so you'd add an A. C dominant 13th is C, E, G, B flat. Remember, dominant always means flat to 7, okay? So then you have a D and an F and an A after that. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, okay? All right, so I have in my Guitar Journey book on page 229, okay, this, I only have this book available on hard disk, PDF files, really nice and beautiful, and I've shipped out so many all over the world. So it's a thick book, it has a ton of stuff in it, and it has quite a bit of theory in it. And as you'll see in the video here, this chord spelling chart, you have a list of all your chords, your major, minor, major 6th, minor 6th, major 7th, minor 7th, and you have the chord spellings all right there. And you have at the top there which keys, okay? 0 sharps or flats is the key of C. 1 sharp is the key of G. 2 sharps is the key of D. So if you're in the scale of D, then you have to consider those 2 sharps, the F sharp and the C sharp, when you're building the chords. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's your formula is in those numbers. Okay, if you pick the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th, and the 7th, okay, you're going to have to use those, use the sharps. D, F sharp, A, C sharp. Okay, both of those sharps are in there in the key of D. And if you look in the major 7th column, you have D, F sharp, A, C sharp. Study this chart really well. And it goes on to the other chords too. And it also covers the flats on the right hand side there, or in this other chart here. Okay, so you can also get the disc, and you can go to my website, guitarjourney.tripod.com, and order the book, and I'll send it to you. It's only available through me right now. I'm working on getting it available to Amazon. All right, the other page I wanted to discuss is the one about the chord formulas. Okay, all right. Chord formulas. And this is on page 179. And you have all the chord types, and you have the formula, and there's a beautiful list there for you. And it covers all of them. The diminished half, diminished full, minor 7 flat 5 at the bottom, augmented, and a little bit about what formula means, and borrowed or foreign chords. A ton of great stuff. So you may want to check that out, and it has quite a few other theory items or charts here, as you can see that I'm listing here. So I hope you learned a little bit from this video about chord theory and chord formulas and chord spelling. Have a great day. Let me take a moment to tell you about this stevia that I use. And it's an all-natural sweetener. I put it in my tea, my hot chocolate, and I also put it in my oatmeal. And I've been using it for probably about 7 years, and I love it. So I would recommend you, if you want to replace sugar and use a sweetener that's really great and nutritious As you'll see from these labels here, I would definitely do it. Look at this. And you can get it at the Emperor's Herbologist. Just go to Google, click on Emperor's Herbologist, go to their website, and you'll see all they have to offer. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.